happens. I decided I'd start my blog today, or more like vlog, video log. Of course it's raining, and I thought it'd be nice to video it here. And it is. It's just a little wet. The purpose of my vlog is just to connect with people that have similar experiences and similar desires around living life happy, being healthy, being free, loving people and doing good in the world, being positive. And I don't know if it's so much positive as in understanding that you make your own happiness and you make your own joy, even in the midst of things that are difficult. Viktor Frankl, that taught me that when I read Man's Search for Meaning. He demonstrates that even in the midst of a concentration camp, he found beauty and joy and love. And so can't I as well? Wherever I'm at, there is a place for happiness and joy. And so that's what this log is going to be all about, vlog. I was going to start with the idea of, well, not having to, let me try to put it in a positive way. I wanted to start with the idea that anything I create is wonderful. And I say that because a lot of times I'm driven to make sure that whatever it is gets done, it meets my own standards for work, and it holds me back because I think it actually has to do with shame and being a little bit embarrassed to put something out that I know I could do better. But of course you can always do better, but then you never really finish anything. And that has been an issue for me, is that it's not good enough. It's not good enough, and so I keep working on it and keep working on it. But there is a point where, well, the saying is in software is a minimum viable product. So it works. Other people might enjoy it. People might connect with it better, even especially if it isn't perfect. And it's always up to, when you're creating something to be seen by other people, well, it's up to them to decide if they like it or not. And so my job then is to create and publish or put it out there in a blog, a video, a book, a photograph, whatever it is that I'm creating, a logo, some digital art, whatever it is. It's to be able to put it out there even though it could technically be better. And so that's what I want to focus on in my life. When I started to think about it this morning, I was actually journaling about it, and I think it has to do a bit with shame, to be honest. That somebody might say, my gosh, that sucks. That is the ugliest thing I've ever seen. Or how could you have put that out? That is so ugly. Or couldn't you have finished it or done it better? Or here's some ideas to do it better. You know what? I think all those things are great to hear. It's good to have feedback. There's no shame in putting something out to the world and getting feedback. If I put together a video and people say, hey, that was cool, but I wish you would have done this, then perhaps I take that into account and decide, hey, that's a great idea. I'm so glad that somebody gave me feedback on it. But you're never going to get feedback without publishing it, without putting it out there. So that's what I'm going to work on doing. Not sure why a person becomes that way, but at some point you want to avoid criticism, and there's no reason to avoid it. Just dig into it, love it, think of it as a learning opportunity. So the next thing I'm working on is capturing cherished moments is going to be the website, and that's going to be the iPhone and Android, like mobile phonography course, online course that I'm designing. And I'm going to need people to be in the founders round. I need people to tell me, I need to know this. I don't know this. How do I do this? I need people. I need to sign up a bunch of people to help me with that, help me construct it. And I hope that some of you would love to do that, to give me an idea of what it is you need to learn. I can tell you some things, and then you can say, well, I don't understand that or whatever, but it'd be really cool to have some people that want to, oh, there go the geese, that would like to be in the development round, the founders round, and have a say in what goes into my online class. I'm sure if you're that type of person that likes to do that, that a lot of people will appreciate that, and so will I. So more on that later. Let's see, the other project I'm working on is my Renaissance art book called Seeing with the Soul. And I am creating that book for people that will never go to Italy, but that could really benefit from seeing the Renaissance art and understanding why it was so important to the world. To even now, we see that art all the time. It's used in all kinds of advertisements and books and print and stuff. And it's because the Renaissance was a rebirth of the classics. And I'm not talking about like rock and roll here. We're talking about Latin and Greek history, Greece and Rome. And what they did, I mean, if you go to Italy and you look at the Colosseum, which was built 1000 AD, I have to check the exact date it was built, but it still stands. I mean, our country is only like 200 years old. There you go. So it stood the test of time, and that's what the classical architecture and art has done. I mean, those statues go back to Greece time, which was even prior to Roman. Amazing, isn't it? And yet still it's very popular and beautiful. And I have a picture of one of the statues of Venus. I mean, it's what gives a lot of ideas about how to create Venus in some of the other pictures that Botticelli and other people created in the Renaissance. So I'm really looking forward to that. But I think rather than just slaving away at writing the book, I'm going to put it out in iterative pieces. Like I'll do the one of the Pieta that Michelangelo did, and the Venus, the two Venus paintings of Botticelli. I'll put those out as maybe even a vlog and explaining it and detailing it, and on a blog. And then eventually it will become a coffee table book that will be amazing to open. When you get it from Amazon, it'll be a print on demand. You'll open it up, and the pages will be so silky smooth, and all the photographs so beautiful. And then my ideas about seeing with the soul and what that means. Because I watched the people. I stood back and watched actually the crowds in Italy in the galleries, And because it was very interesting to see them all gathered around the David or the Venus or whatever, all the different amazing art that's there. But they were just so excited. Parents were explaining it to their children. This is what this is. And the children's eyes were just delighted to see it. And there were kids up on their parents' shoulders. And it was just like an atmosphere of just pure joy. And I enjoyed that very much. Of course, I love the art, but it's also, it was so exciting to see how people reacted to the art. Well, if you held out with me this long, I'm proud of you. I tend to kind of ramble on, but I'm really excited about my projects, and if you have any questions, just get in touch. I'll leave ways for you to get in touch with me. Love you guys. Bye.